It works. It works. We got 3 viewers. 3 viewers. Yep, let's jump up to 3 viewers. We're okay here. We got it working, I think. We had we're off the last 2 weeks. Yeah, we wait. Yeah. Life difficulties. No, I don't think. 3 turns into 10, 10 turns into 20. Dave's not here, man. So, what have we? I've been good, brother. I've been good. Been a good couple weeks at work. No one's gonna understand that. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's been all right. Got in the rig a few times. Got in the rig a few times. I'm trying to just perfect the streaming. There's really not a day where we don't have technical difficulties. Like I've been trying for the last 4 days to get Race Room working in VR. Just doesn't work. It crashes the desktop.
Did this, and you'd be like, I wasted 19 hours trying to get Race Room to work in VR. I think you need to just go triple monitor, Mike, and get rid of the VR experience. No way, huh?
No.
No way.
No. If I do
No way.
triples, it's gonna be triple projectors.
Yeah, yeah, I can't imagine you stepping over your Pimax to get into your rig. You know what I mean?
No. No. If I do triples, it's gonna be projectors.
Really?
Yeah.
Your wife is very understanding.
I don't even know my wife knows I'm alive still. My wife is like, "Where's your husband?" I don't know. Probably in his cave. Probably in the cave in the back, playing with his toys.
Hey, so not too long ago, you had received a new set of pedals, some
Husqvarna
ultimate
Ultimates
Husqvarna
from
Ultimates
our sponsor there, G Performance.
from
Thanks
G
guys thanks for
Performance,
the pedals.
and then you, being the kind, wonderful human being you
Paid.
are,
I pay it forward every time.
you paid it for. Like, I don't know what I did to deserve such kind action, but you sent me your throttle and brake from your Husqvarna Pro pedals.
Yeah.
Here, you can actually see them right there. And if you look to the left, I just received that clutch pedal from an unlikely source, because I wasn't. I don't know if you guys have been in sim. Let me fix my camera here so I'm not making everybody sick. But if you've been in the sim world for the last 10 years, let's say, or even, close to that, and you were into the community, you've probably heard of a channel called Inside Sim Racing, which starred people like Darren Ganji
and
Sean Cole and William Marsh, and those guys were really the biggest entertainment I had for watching people in the hobby doing stuff, and they had a lot of DIY projects that were really cool. And seeing that they were like one of the first channels to ever do anything sim related on YouTube, I learned a lot from them, and their product reviews and
I think their
everything.
product reviews led to a lot of people buying, newer equipment, better equipment.
Right, right.
A lot of people are content with their G29s and their G27s, thinking that was the best of the best at the
Yeah,
time
but they
because
were
it's
they were reviewing that when they came out, so
yeah.
they were the ones who were the authority on it, really. And then they showcased different OEM manufacturers like Fanatic and Sim Experience. They did a whole bunch of different stuff. And then they had some internal issues with each other, and they all kind of split apart, and each one went off to do their own channel. And then sim racing, Inside Sim Racing, just kind of petered out a little bit, and they just kind of shut it down, I guess, about 3 years ago. One of those, well, the guy who kind of started that whole thing, Darren Ganji, he's now announced that Inside Sim Racing is back, and we're all really happy about that because, again, that was kind of our go-to spot for a lot of things.
The forum, and to be fair, their sim racing, Inside Sim Racing forum was probably the best to find used equipment.
Oh yeah, that,
You know?
and any information, like knowledgeable information.
Yeah.
So anyway, the reason why I'm bringing them up is because Darren Ganji has started a company here in the U.S. out of Spokane, Washington, website named Sim Motion. I'll put the link in the chat so that if anybody's interested in their products, you can go take a look at it. But he's a reseller of sim equipment. And basically, I had seen an ad that he posted on one of the Facebook communities, and I saw that he was selling Huskenville, and I wanted to get a clutch. So you had sent me the gas, the throttle, and the brake, and I was, I love having a clutch. I didn't like having to use auto clutch. So I noticed, like I said, that Darren was showcasing some products, and so I first thing I did was I went to Huskenveld, and I tried ordering the product from them, and the pedal was going to end up costing me like $220
For one
to
pedal.
have it, for one pedal
For one
to
pedal.
ship, for one pedal.
That's what some people pay for V3s.
Yeah, yeah,
Used.
yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. Boy, I didn't think it was going to cost that much. So I contacted Darren because I saw that he had the HE Sprints and he had the Ultimates, and I was like, huh, I wonder if he can get hold of the one pedal for me. So I messaged him, and he replied, and he said absolutely, and he was putting an order in. I had the clutch pedal within 5 days, 6 days of talking to him, and it cost me $150 shipped. Okay, so huge savings and great, great attention from Darren. He checked with me, he sent me all the updates on the order, um, and it was great. And now I have a clutch, and I have a full set now, and I love them. Okay. You actually pointed out that I was calibrating the pedals incorrectly. And I was like going, oh, I was, because you kept asking me, how do you like the pedals? Because I switched from inverted V3s to these pedals, and I was happy with the V3s. Like, they were good pedals. And yeah, so when I got these pedals, and now that I've gotten to try them and use them and calibrate them properly, because I was finding that the brake was like ultra, really, really sensitive. I wasn't getting a good brake feel going into turns and stuff, and you're like, well, you didn't calibrate them right. I told you what I was doing, and you're like, no, that's wrong. And you kind of walked me through it, and sure as shit, now they feel great. I don't know if I've taken a second off my time or anything, but now they feel really, really well. They're very proper. Also, yeah. So he's Sim Motion. I guess they have kind of solutions for everybody.
I'm just bringing up his
He's
website. 1 second. Keep talking.
Yeah, you can put it up there. But he's now I think the main provider of direct drive wheel systems from SimMagic. They're a Chinese-based company, but they're using a 10 Newton meter wheel, very comparable to AccuForce, Sim Experience AccuForce. Basically, very similar technology, very similar price points. Um, they have a pretty nice setup, I guess. You know, they got the motor and you get a wheel. They have an awesome GT3, GT4 wheel too. It's like a kind of looks like a Formula wheel, but I think
Yeah.
it's about 300 millimeter. And so yeah, so I'm giving Darren and SimMotion a big shout out, and hoping that people will visit his website and consider um, those products. Oh, he sells the AccuForce wheels as well. I'm just noticing
Well,
that.
you'd think he
So he's
would.
got
He worked for Sim Experience for a few years,
yeah,
right? So
yeah. So he's also a distributor for them as well. I may have to talk to him about these magnetic shifters for the AccuForce wheel because I do not like the shifters on the AccuForce rim. They're kind of rudimentary, older, kind of a weird technology. But if you can look and see here, they have they're not magnetic.
no, they're just spring loaded.
They're just a switch, and then you have these two adjustment screws to adjust the throw and the amount of press that it's giving on the switch, and you can kind of see they're screws with springs, and
If I could take off my wheel really quickly, I would, and I'd show you the ones I got.
they move. But you know, I mean, the paddles are very nice. They're very thick carbon fiber, so there's no flex in there anywhere. And honestly, once you adjust them, they work absolutely fine. But I do love the tactile feel of a magnetic shifter. Those are things that bring me little pieces of enjoyment, little dabs of enjoyment.
I'm looking at that Sim Magic Alpha wheelbase.
The Alpha, yeah, well, it's a proven 15 Newton meter um, midge,
Yeah, is it? Well,
and
it looks fairly close to a Simucube 2. It's probably equivalent to a Simucube Sport, I'd guess.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It looks like I like that look very streamlined
Yeah,
looking chassis, and it's got the blue or the wireless wheel,
yeah,
so it's got a little contact spot just like
yeah.
SimiCube,
I might,
and
because I'm due for an upgrade. I really am. I'm just wondering
well,
who in our group's gonna buy my old direct drive.
we know who.
Rob, are you watching?
Rob's gonna buy it. But that for a full 15 sustained Newton meter midge
That's all you
motored
need. Like everyone, like I have a large. No, I have a small midge. Sorry, I have a small midge, and it,
sustained,
it's more than enough.
yeah,
Anyone who says you need a large midge or 20, 30, 40 Newton meters, you don't need it.
you're
That's just
never gonna you're
you're
never gonna
never gonna
reach those
use
peaks.
it. You know, I like a heavy wheel. Like
Yeah.
I like to fight my wheel a bit in certain cars. So, and it's probably to my detriment, racing because I like it so I like to feel the force.
Yeah.
But that's just me, and that's probably one reason why when I had Fanatec's, they didn't last very long because I always have cranked right to the top. You know?
Yeah, and you would lose the peaks,
Yeah,
right? Because it would clip before you could even get to there. Well, my experience with the AccuForce wheel, which is they claim is 13 Newton meters. I think it was tested and compared, and really it's getting around 10 Newton meters.
yeah.
I run my wheel at about anywhere from 35 to 40% strength.
And you
Okay,
know
so
what? I
that kind
probably
of
would have
tells
bought
you.
it. I probably would have bought an AccuForce
Oh
if
yeah, if
the
you're
o-
if you're controller.
if the owner wasn't such a dick. Sorry, I have to say it. Um, and they use something other than a stepper motor. I don't like the stepper motor. and that's
Yeah.
probably why I didn't get the first SimMagic because it's running a separate motor. But looking at the the Alpha where it's using a Midge, um,
You
yeah,
know what? I
it's
you
an
know
option there against SimuCube or VRS. VRS is basically just a SimuCube one with their own software. It's basically all it is. You're running a Midge motor with probably SimuCube something in the background in their own software, or they're using Ioni board or something like that.
if
You
you're
know.
watching this and you're understand that Mike's views are Mike's views.
I know a lot of backstory of. I know a lot of a backstory of
Well, we don't have to get into
Sim
that.
Experience, so we're not getting into it.
Let's
But
yeah,
and then trying to do business with him in the past in the UK when I was trying to buy 5 or 6 um,
yeah, so you had
stage
some bad
stage
you had
stage 5 platforms for a sim center in Scotland. You
yeah,
know,
so you're going to tell the story anyway.
no,
You're just
and
going to
I'm gonna leave it
throw
at
the
that.
dirty laundry out
I'm
there.
gonna leave it at that. I had a bad experience, and I sold anything I had sim experience.
Well, okay.
I think
My
Darren was probably the best thing that happened for sim experience
probably.
because of his customer service.
Yeah, cuz he's very focused
Yeah,
on keeping people happy.
exactly.
Um we so yeah, so let's be clear. I had no bad experience with Sim Experience. I ordered in the middle of COVID, and they were very straight with me. It was going to be like 8 weeks. It took, I think, a little bit longer, 12
12
weeks
weeks.
maybe. But they were very open about it. They were posting that, they're waiting for their next, material shipments and all that stuff. So, I was in the same boat as hundreds of other people, I'm sure. But I've been very happy with my setup, Michael,
No, I know you
and
have.
it doesn't give me any issues besides end user issues. Okay, because I don't understand. I'm getting better at the Sim Commander software and understanding how it works. So my experiences are getting better. And then just back to technology of wheels and stuff like that, it runs great. And at 10 Newton meters, if that's the true strength of it, you don't need much more. All right, I turned mine up. I accidentally uh, set my motor into 100% strength last night when I was practicing on the Daytona track,
Yeah.
and the damn thing like nearly ripped out of my hands. And so yeah, if you're fighting a wheel at that strength, like yeah, you need something else. You need like an elevator motor. Anyway, come on, awkward silence. Um,
SimLab, new wheel.
SimLab new wheel. Oh,
Uh,
Spark. Is it a
yeah,
Sparko?
yeah, it's the Sparko. SimLab introduced the SimWheel P3100 Box 1. Um,
Put
I,
pictures up.
let me see if I can get a picture here. Save image as. Ba-ba-ba. Go to my pictures.
Is that
Save.
is that for sale now, or is it just on pre-order?
I think it's on pre-order right now. I think I'll be getting one. Maybe. Maybe, possibly.
I mean, it's a beautiful wheel.
All
I
carbon
really.
alloy.
Oh yeah, it looks. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. He's using that silver carbon fiber.
I think it's just the lighting.
Uh,
I think it's just the lighting, but it's got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buttons and 2 funky toggle switches.
well, no, I can tell you, it's got 8 knitter buttons,
Yeah,
two 7-way
yeah,
funkies,
yeah,
two uh, two shifters,
yeah.
and two push buttons that are actually on the rim frame.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be getting the rim with it. I think you're just gonna be getting the button box.
No, it says right here, 2 push buttons on Sparco 310.
Does it come with the Sparco?
It says $599. I would hope so. Nobody's going to spend $600 on a button box.
I did.
Yeah, not me, my friend. Not me. I would not buy a button box for 600 freaking bucks. I would build my own.
Well, that's 600 euro. So you're like $800.
Yeah, yeah. Look at how crazy that freaking wheel is, man. Who can afford that?
That's cheap compared to a Cube Controls or something like that.
Well, it's about the same because I was just looking at the Cube Control. I know somebody who's selling a Cube Control. They were just showing it to me this morning, and it was he was selling it used for like 800 and something bucks, and I was like, oh, yeah, I don't need a wheel that bad. I'll make something myself. But anyway, he's got over there at simmotion.com, he's even got full motion.
It's not simmotion.com.
It's not, it's sim
US
dash
no,
motion.
No, it's us.sim-motion.com. The simmotion.com is a EU site, European site.
Well, I put the link up on the page and it's bringing it right.
Yeah, it's the wrong one.
No, it's not.
Let Mike do it for you, buddy. Let Mike do it for you.
Look at the link I put in the chat there, Mike.
Look at the one I put up.
So which one was I looking at? The European one?
European.
10-4, 10-4. 10-4, good buddy. Anyway, he's got actuators for sale if you want full motion. They got the Scorpions. And yeah, who's got money for that? 5,000, 6,000 bucks.
Yeah.
I don't make that kind of money.
Yet.
Not yet.
Yet. Will be. We will be soon.
And I guess he's going to be building full motion into his soon, and he's going to have a traction loss system as well.
Yeah, it's all the stuff from PTO Actuator, right? So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
all.
And then he's got some track racer rigs, and the track racers have good reviews. They're not bad.
They do and they don't. I guess their shipping's in shambles, and you know.
Maybe they got that all sorted, but maybe that's why you go through somebody like Darren instead, because he'll only sell what he has in stock. So you know, like when that stuff is available.
I'm a SimLab guy. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I am too, but you know, for the sake of sim racing as a whole, we don't
$1,200 for something that's basically a GT1 Evo.
We love everybody.
With a,
remember, we love everybody.
But
I know he's got other options coming as well. So you know, for those price-minded folks, he'll have options. He's got options for everybody. So let's. What else has gone on really big this last week? We've got the 24.
Well, we had the 24 of Daytona at iRacing.
And iRacing, yep. I mean, they may be just finishing now because I heard they had server problems. And the
server problems on iRacing on a huge event.
A huge event. I heard that they were delayed over 3 hours starting. So those poor guys who were doing that first stint woke up 3 hours earlier to be ready to race, and they ended up having to sit around, and they couldn't go to sleep or anything because they didn't know when it would go back up. So they literally had to, like, their first stint, if they were doing, like, let's say a 3-hour stint, they ended up being awake for like 5 hours doing that. So
iRacing.
if they're still, if there's
crap together.
if they're still out there running right now, I think most of them are finished now.
I think most of them are. I think it was like 2 hours to go last time I checked in a lot of them.
Okay. Yeah, we know a few people that were in it, so we'll see how those how those guys turned out. But I've been really I've been pretty excited about taking part in an endurance race because I love challenge, I love teamwork, and you know, it's kind of like one of those things where we you know, you and I mostly our league races are under an hour, so we never get to the point to where, you know, we're dealing with a car that's, you know, evolving over hours of time. But those are the kinds of things I enjoy, and I'm looking forward to it. I know our league, Exiled Racing, or Exiled Virtual Motorsports, we're preparing for an endurance race next weekend at Daytona. I know that we have.
Someone disliked us on YouTube.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm gonna
So
hunt
we,
them
you're gonna hunt them down.
down.
So we need to, you know, and I know that we're trying to get enough teams together to race that and do it. We may switch it from a 24-hour format to maybe a 4 or 5 hour format.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to make the decision today what we're gonna do because, like, what are the signups at right now? Let's take a quick look at the signups.
What else is new out there? So we have. I know R Factor 2 had some problems with their rollout of their last.
Yeah, we've had to update the server
Their
a few
last.
times for that one,
Yeah,
haven't we?
yeah, their last update. I know that they had some graphical problems, and I know I experienced them. I went out on track after the update, and it looked like a nuclear explosion happened. The entire screen went totally bright, like something like the sun just landed on the track.
Yeah.
And suddenly there was a hot fix that reverted R Factor backwards two updates. So they had to go back 2 versions to go back to a stable platform. Um, you know, I know that they're working on a lot of stuff. I love Studio 397. Don't give up, guys. Um, the cars are great. The endurance
And
cars
it's
feel
funny
so
because
good.
we have a bunch of guys in our league who loved AC for the GT3s,
Yeah.
right? And now that they've actually got a proper chance to drive an R Factor 2, they're all saying R Factor 2 handles so much better.
Yeah, yeah, the cars feel great. The you know the it's the force feedback. You cannot compare.
If you could get a sim with R Factor 2's force feedback, with AC's graphics and race room sound, boomba, perfect.
Or even AMS2 graphics. Those are great.
I like AMS2 graphics, but I do find them a little cartoonish.
You just don't have your. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that, Mike.
I find it
I don't know. I don't know. You and I may have to agree to disagree on this
I
because
find them a little arcadish.
I love the track conditions on AMS2. I really like the live track that they use. I forget what it's called, but they like if you're in weather, nothing beats their track in the wet because you hydroplane on the puddles, and the puddles are never in the same place. You know what I mean? I mean they do form in certain areas. Their physics engine with the way the water works on the track, it actually takes into consideration gravity, right? So if you're on a if there's a dip in the track or uh, the water will actually gather in the lowest part of that dip. And as your wheels travel through that water, it actually disperses the water out and becomes like over time, if the rain stops, it'll actually dry the puddle out. And I love that. I think that's
Yeah.
really really cool. I don't think R Factor does it very well. I haven't. R Factor 2 seems to me like it's just a very slick track. I don't get
It depends on the
the
track you use. So if you're
'Cause
using if you use a modded track, yep, I guarantee it. That's how it feels. I find that's how Daytona feels. It doesn't Daytona, the mod we're using, does not feel it has any road surface anything. But if you go to something like um, Sebring, where it's a laser scan track, I can feel every bump, every like I can in my rig because I have the D-box motion. I can see the crack coming, and as soon as I hit that crack of the pavement, my rig does that, my steering wheel
yeah,
does that.
yeah,
You
I can
know, I
feel it
actually
too.
I can feel it,
Yeah.
but I think it's
I
the
can
mod
feel,
track.
but I'm talking about puddles, not just the track
Yeah,
itself. Because the track, like Sebring, is probably my favorite track of all Sims put together. The Sebring track in RF2 is amazing, and yeah, you can feel like asphalt patches on the ground. Like when you go over them, you can actually feel the ridge. As you're traveling
yeah.
over it, it's pretty cool. Um, but as far as weather and the hydroplaning and stuff like that, I think AMS2 nailed it. I really do.
Yeah, parts. I don't get me wrong. I like AMS too. There's some cars I just love in AMS too. You know, just the way they
Have you
feel, the
tried the new
sound.
have you tried the new GT1s?
I haven't yet. No, I have not.
Pretty fun. Pretty crazy. I can't believe people drove those cars. They're like they have so much power, and basically you get through a turn and then you just kind of point the car where you want it to go,
Yeah.
and it just like goes into freaking warp speed from like 0 to 100 and so fast. And the sound is pretty good on them. I like it. I like the sound. How do you like driving the new C8R and R Factor?
Because we were deciding what we were going to use um, for our 24-hour race. Me and we've been testing other cars, and I found that the C8, you couldn't feel what the front end was doing. The front end felt really light. No
Yeah.
matter what I did to try to adjust it, the suspension, make the back softer, it just felt there was no feeling in the front end.
I noticed that when I first went in, I couldn't get a good feel through my wheel on it. I had to up my wheels strength to get a feel. My favorite car out of all those GTE cars is I'm sorry, the Porsche, the GTE Porsche, and um, yeah, it's you feel. I felt like the force feedback was a little better in it. You can get a little more front end grip feel. Um, One of the things that R Factor just put out recently is their competition system, and they've been running like a Tatis open wheel, a GTE competition.
I honestly haven't tried it
I went on and qualified. I didn't do a good job qualifying, but I
yet.
did go out and qualify. And it's weird because the way they do it is like they have you are open for one qualifying session.
Yeah.
And that one single qualifying session sets up your time for all race sessions. So even if you do the race once or you do it 5 different times, your your one time qualifying is the time that puts you into whatever slot you're in on whatever server.
So if you sandbag it,
No. Yeah, I guess you can end up, in a weaker licensed area
yeah,
and then kick everybody's ass. But they just released remember Endu Racers?
yeah, yeah, Pina.
So they're known for one of the best endurance mods ever, the Endu Racers endurance mod, and I know we ran those for a little bit too before R Factor Studio 397 put out their endurance pack, but Their cars were modeled really, really well. Well, they just came out with a new car, the Alpine. You know of the Alpine car? There's actually going to be an Alpine Formula One car this next season. But they released a GT4 car. They did a Cup car and a GT4 variant. And it's a little French car maker, and Endu Racers designed the car, and Studio 397 is now using it in one of their competition series. I went out and raced against some AI on it, and it's actually a very fun little car. Handles the way you would expect it to handle. It's not very powerful of a car, but it handles good, and the force feedback feels really good in it. So yeah, I'll probably give a shot to trying out that new competition system with it. This
So,
is I'll put the link up
Simbin
for.
has started the GTR3 official Discord channel.
What is?
Simbin, so GTR2, GTR1.
Oh
So
yeah, good old.
they've launched their official Discord for GTR3.
Really?
Yeah. So we talked about this a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at their site right now. Simbin UK starts releasing official GTR3 details. Okay, yeah. It's looking like another GT3 series.
How long can you beat a dead horse?
You know what they need to do? Soapbox racing. Somebody's got to start a sim based on soapbox racing or something. Oh my
There probably already is
lord.
one somewhere.
Huh?
There probably is someone somewhere.
I bet you there's an Assetto Corsa mod for soapbox racing because they got everything over there. But yeah, no, it's yeah, GT3 is getting a little
tiresome, man.
bit.
I understand how everyone likes it, but
Well, it's a nice clean package, the GT3. You know what I mean? You
is.
got your cars, you got your set tracks. It's probably a good focus for a software development company because there's parameters. It's not just a wide open thing, right? So they go, okay, so we have a scope of work. We have to create the cars. We have to create, let's say, 12 tracks or something for an entire season or something like that. I don't know. So it's, but for me, GTR2 was like my welcoming back into sim racing. And it's the first one I used with actual force feedback. And that's what got me stuck into this money pit,
If my wife
Man, I
knew,
always try.
if my wife knew how much I spent on sim racing, I'd probably be single.
Oh my god.
I remember when you bought your SimLab rig, and you didn't tell Tina.
No. Let me explain the story behind that, okay? And this is kind of funny. Okay, so my wife enjoys gambling. Okay, she likes going to casinos and playing and stuff like that. She gets a thrill out of it. Okay, the only thing I can compare it to is my thrill of sim racing, right? So like I have a hobby that money dumps into. She's got a hobby that actually dumps way more money than my stupid rig. Okay, anyway, 2018 December, about a week before Christmas, my wife hits a jackpot of over like $5,000. Okay. And she's like, and my wife, she, even though she gives me a lot of shit about my hobby, she likes that I have a hobby, and she likes that I have friends like you, Mike, and the community that we've built over the years. So she said, Mike, what do you want for Christmas? Now, mind you, prior to this, my setup was a CSL Elite mounted on a desk
Yeah.
with V3 inverts on a rolling desk chair, okay, on carpet. So I started looking at the most cost-effective kind of rig that would work with my CSL Elite, and I found like an eBay rig that was comparable to one of those GTR rigs, I think is what they were called.
With the one with the center shaft right through your.
No, it didn't have center shaft. It had two uprights, but it was like 1-inch quarter stock, like 1-inch square
Aluminum.
stock.
Yeah.
And it worked perfect for the CSL Elite because the torque wasn't that bad, and it had a nice pedal plate and stuff like that. So it was fine. It came with a seat and everything, and I think we paid about 300, maybe 350 for it with seat. Maybe a little more after tax, but anyway, for Christmas, boom, there it showed up, and I had a rig finally.
Then you met me.
Huh?
And then you
And
met
then I
me.
met you, you asshole. So
uh,
Mike starts, letting me know of how incompetent my system is, and
I never said it was incompetent.
you laughed.
I did laugh.
But we started. I was working a new job, and then plus we got that stimulus money. So when we got stimulus, she and I went at right around the same time as we got our stimulus. We went to the casino again. This time it was my come up. Okay. So we went and I played. I ended up winning over $4,000. Okay. And in my ingenious, like my mind, because I'm always thinking about how do I get the most out of it. I was like, how do I tell my wife that the rig she bought me
It's inferior to your needs.
is inferior to what my needs are? And it was and at that point, it was I only had the rig for maybe 6 months. So what I did was I told her, I said, babe, I won $4,500 or so. I said, I'm going to give you $1,000 right now.
You paid her off.
With the agreement that you can't say shit about what I'm going to buy. And she was just kind of like, okay. And so I forked over $1,000 and I handed it to her. And while we were at the casino sitting there eating lunch, I'm ordering my SimLab rig, my AccuForce SimXperience, my AccuForce V2, my sim racing machine, adapter and shifters for my Fanatec wheel. So by the time I finished my French fries, I had spent about $2,000, probably a little more than that.
That's an expensive lunch.
That was an expensive lunch.
That was an expensive lunch. We're up to like 7 viewers, 6 viewers, 7
Hey
viewers.
guys. Hey
Hey
guys.
guys, welcome. We're just talking trash and sim racing stuff.
Yeah. So basically, long story long, I bribed her to keep her mouth shut about what I was buying. And it's come up. One of the wife.
My wife doesn't. She, to be fair, Angie's awesome. She doesn't give two rats ass what I spend my money on, as long as it's not cracking horse. She lets me buy anything I want for sim racing, my motorbike, because she knows it makes me happy.
Yeah.
So, and I'm home.
My wife just likes to give me a hard time. She knows that.
Angie gives me a hard time all the time. I remember when we were in the process of buying.
Do you call her Angie or Ange?
I call her Angie, pain in the ass.
I'm always making nicknames for people, like shortening things, even things that don't. Like I call you M. I'm just kidding. But I call Tina T. Like just the letter T. So I'm like, hey T, you know. So if I met your wife, I'd call her A. A. You're Canadian.
No, so when we were looking to buy our house and we had to get the money down for the down like the down payment, I really came close to selling all my gear. I really came
Listen, I
close.
get it. I get it. I get it. I would have on
But
something like that, knowing that you can acquire.
she's the one who said nope, 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 because you'll regret it. She goes, you'll regret it. Thank
You know
God.
what you
And that's a loving
regret?
wife.
Regret that you kept all your stuff because that kept you in sim racing, which meant that at some point I met you and then you got me to spend all this extra money.
Yeah. Well, you know,
See how that works?
sim racing isn't a cheap hobby.
Well, I just blame everything on you anyway.
I know. She hates
My
me.
wife, yeah, she does not like you at all.
She hates my guts.
She goes, "How's your boyfriend?"
It's funny because we have like those 45-minute conversations while I'm driving home from work. How was your day? I talked to you long. Well, I talked to you longer than I talked to my wife on the way home.
So cute. She goes, "Oh, you guys are so cute."
All right. So what's coming up this week in sim racing? I think we're going to try and get Darren on the podcast, aren't we?
It would be great to get Darren out here. What you and I should do is figure out a way that we can, because I was kind of chatting with Darren a little bit, and I was like, hey, why don't we?
Let's warm up the live podcast a bit. Sims versus devices. Why the most direct drive users are leaving other sims to go to something like more wheel like RF2 and Race Room. For me, best sim is RF2.
Who
My
is?
wife also hates Tanty. It's Melvin. Who's
Hey, Melvin.
Who's Blue Braid Racing?
I don't know.
But that's a great conversation. Like RF2 and Race Room to me are I love both of them. I just can't get Race Room to work right now. It crashes in VR. Um, but RF2 is will always be my go-to. Will
Yeah,
always be my go-to.
and it seems like for us, you know, as if we're talking about servers, the server works.
It always works. You never have an issue with an RF2 server.
The only thing we have an issue with is that stupid clock, the time. But
Yeah, I don't know how to fix
if we
that.
just cycle it a few times,
Yeah.
we got to figure that out because it doesn't happen when I host. But
So we're running a poll right now for our next league, and RF2's is leading.
yeah,
You
of
know,
course. Well, because I think it really fits across the board. You know, I just got a message from Darren, and he says they finished in second place, only 4 seconds back from the winner.
nice. Congrats. Ask him if he wants to come on.
Awesome job. But yeah, yeah, that's. I would like to try. I would like to try Race Room again. I know I went on and I tried a few of the free cars that they have. Well, the free testing where you can just go on and try all the cars. I'm a big DTM fan. I love
I love
DTM
the
series.
they have the best DTM's on Race Room, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're the ones that are modeled the best, right?
Yeah.
They've got the most
I know
recent
I know there's
cars
a
and
DTM and RF2. I don't.
yeah, I think there might be. Let me look at the workshop here. Maybe they have.
Maybe we should put a server up for that. Wednesday nights, Audi TT fixed setup. Sibo, you gotta show me how to get a Race Room working in VR again, mate. It's not working at all. The game crashes.
Yeah, it's and I'm having a problem setting up my wheel too and getting a good feel out of it. So, I mean, I know it's, you know what, for me it's just I got to go in and just take the time to go through the steps of setting it up, but yeah, it'd be great if we can the only car I've ever purchased on there is a Porsche Cup car. I think it's an RUF. You know, the
Yeah,
Porsche
yeah, URD.
RUFs.
That's who makes it. URD DTM RF2
Oh, okay. So there is one.
shop. AC MRG 29. Where is their DTMs? T5, T5. They did not do a pack of them. There's like the older ones. I think the latest ones they have are what? 2018?
Bringing up workshop right now.
Yeah, I don't think they're on the workshop.
Well, I just want to see what they have. The workshop wants to come up.
Might
Let me
have to
see
buy
here.
that. Might have to buy that.
Is it a purchase?
It's a purchase. It's like €4 for the cards. They're a pay mod.
They're 4 years old.
Yeah, it came out 2018.
Let's see.
What's this? What's he sending me here in the chat? What's he sending me in the chat? Shared files.
Yeah, you are. What is it called? Who are they called? You are something.
Yeah, URD pack. URD.
URD T5.
Yeah.
It's a 2018 car.
Yeah, so you need the URD T5. I think I have them on somewhere.
Yeah, I'd like to try that.
I'm gonna get you the link here. ACRT5. There we go. Let's put up the link here for these guys so they can go check her out. Yeah.
Maybe we'll get Darren to put his Sim Motion logo on our. Maybe we'll get an official sponsor.
Yeah, maybe give me a deal on the Sim Magic Alpha.
Maybe. That'd be
Darren,
great.
I need a new direct drive. Help a brother out.
Yeah,
it's weird. A lot now that he's announced that he's bringing ISR TV back. The there's a lot of mixed reviews and mixed feelings about it in the community. And it's hard to, because I can't really say much because I've always had good interaction with Darren. I've never had a bad interaction with him.
Hey, can you shoot Darren a link for our page, our broadcast here?
Oh, is he wanting to watch it?
Yeah, he's said he'll watch it.
He's gonna watch it and say hi. Oh, it's so nice.
He's gonna watch it while he gets ready to follow. Yeah, eats food and.
He just messaged us. He said he finished his the 24 hours and he's starving and he's catching his breath. He's just getting old.
He's getting old.
He's getting old. Darren is getting old, and
it was funny because when I first started talking to him, well, it's kind of funny because I've been watching ISR forever, and so when I started chatting him about getting the pedal that I got, we started talking a little bit about ISR, and I was like, "Oh, look at the old videos where you actually have dark hair and what's his face? Sean Cole had like kind of a baby face. Sean Cole right now looks. Sometimes he grows like a full-on beard. He just looks.
Sean Cole sometimes looks like he's just spent like the last 3 weeks on a bender. And he's come back and he's like, "Oh crap, I got to do a podcast. Let's just fucking wing it."
I've always liked Sean Cole though. I like his enthusiasm and.
Yeah,
remember those DIY vids that they used to do with the wooden rig and stuff like that? I swear to God, I was gonna build a Rick Motec rig. Was it a Rick Motec?
I almost built one of the PVC pipe rigs, but I was living in Malta at the time, and you know how expensive that shit is there.
For pipes.
for that PVC pipe, it is so expensive in Malta, and I'm just like, yep, nope, not gonna build that. I'll copy.
You could have made the first terracotta.
Yeah.
Because they probably only make like terracotta shit out there.
But no, to be fair, I've never. All my interactions with Darren have been great, and I don't know why all the negative feedback with him bringing it back has come to light. I don't see an issue with him bringing it back. I just,
you know what I say?
I think a lot of it. The King's back. What do we do?
Oh, yeah.
That's
Well,
how I view it.
really, they started the whole YouTube thing, so
You know,
rightfully so, and there's a lot of things he can do with that because he's got a hell of a following. He's got almost 200,000 subs, so
well, that's the
it's a
thing.
fantastic
But
platform.
I also see where, because I watched Williams' video as well, and I can also see my point, or Williams' point, where he said he can't or shouldn't use it as a selling platform for his own company anymore.
Yeah, just that. But having personalities
Yeah,
and doing fun things on the
yeah,
channel, that's what it should be all about. Is
yeah.
just
He
uh,
needs two fat guys like us.
interacting with two fat, middle-aged people that just happen to marry beautiful, wonderful women that let us
Spend all our money
run
on toys.
spell. Yeah, yeah.
No, but yeah, I'm looking forward to see what he comes up with it and how he moves forward with it.
Yeah.
It's the first two videos for me were fine for someone who's probably been out of it for what, last 3 years, 3 4 years. I don't see anything wrong with it. You watch old Jimmy Bronfman videos, you watch old William Marsh videos, or or any other YouTuber who's just starting out or hasn't done it for a while in a long time. A lot of the videos are pretty trash, and I think in a few months he'll find his wheels again and get back into motion how it should be. And who's
Hey, do
that?
you know who that is?
Mary Lee?
No, I
No,
know. Is it backwards on
no,
your end?
it's not
Okay.
backwards on me. What does this have to do with sim
That
racing? Was she like
Have you ever heard of C's
oh,
Candy?
thanks for the
Oh.
follow, Mo Brooks. See, no, I haven't.
Oh, my
Mo
camera just.
Brox has given us a follow. Thank you, sir.
Hey, buddy.
Um,
So, C's Candy is the best chocolate in the world, and we just have this very unique coffee cup. I love coffee,
Stuff in your
and I love
face.
this mug. This mug has such a beautiful rounded lip. It's so comfortable to drink from. I love it. Um,
You know what I went and did before I came on our podcast?
what? Ice cap.
Ice cap.
You and those damn ice caps, Mike. They're gonna clog your arteries, my friend.
It's just milk
The
and ice and some coffee. And
It's not.
so much sugar.
Here we go with the Tim Hortons again.
That's Canadian liquid crack cocaine right there. So yeah,
I do.
welcome back, Darren, back into the.
Welcome back, Inside Sim Racing.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, we look forward to
hoping and
more.
wishing the best for him and all of his endeavors, and if we can ever help out, the sim racing guys are here. But we should definitely get together with Darren and maybe some other subscribers and get on a track and just have a good time
Well, that's
and
the thing. We have the servers, so for us to host is not an issue.
yeah, that'd be good times. That'd be fun.
So for us to host is not an
Let's
issue.
bring happiness and fun back to sim racing.
You know what I think we should do? I think we should do a Saturday night alcoholic fueled session of sim racing. And show
Alcohol
you
fueled?
alcohol fueled for those old enough to drink. It'll be up over 18 or in the States an over 21 league. But we should literally sit there before you can start. You have to have like 3 shots of tequila or something stiff.
How about this if we have like a certain time where we have to stop and we have to do a shot? So like we do like 5 laps and then we
5
come into
laps. You have to
pit,
come to the pit, and you have to
do a
stop,
shot,
do a shot, boom, and then another 5 laps.
and we go
But
until
but if someone
whoever
passes you on that track,
you have to
someone
do 2 shots.
you have to do 2 shots.
I think it's a great idea.
If you start laughing too hard to the point where you can't race, well, pee break, come back, another shot.
We're inviting as long as they can drink.
Yeah, it'll be invite only, I think. But I think it'd be funny as hell. You know how funny that
Well,
would be?
it would be great. I would love it. It
I
would
think we
be
should take over
promoting drinking
I
and
think we should take
driving,
over.
virtual drinking and driving.
I think we should take over iRacing drinking.
Yeah.
What do we call it? Brewster's leagues? No, Brewster.
Um, we'll come up with a good idea for that. We'll come up with a like a Thirsty Thursday kind of a thing. You know what I mean? But we can't do it midweek because we got to work the next
I gotta
day,
work.
kind
See,
of a
I work
thing.
and I work stupid hours.
Saturday night's a good one for me
Saturday
because
night.
on my regular schedule I'm off Sundays and Mondays. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I would do that. I would party down. What would be your choice of shot?
I have some very expensive rum.
Rum. I'm not a rum drinker.
I'm
I'm
a
a
rum
whiskey
drinker.
drinker.
I got some whiskey. I don't drink the whiskey.
I like whiskey. I like stuff that tastes like gasoline. I don't know why.
Yeah, see, my it's funny the rum I've got. It's what's it called? Fleur de Cana. Tastes like bananas.
Have you had Screwball yet?
No,
Have you heard of it?
no,
Peanut butter whiskey.
not
Sounds
not
really weird.
not liking
Sounds
it.
really sounds really weird, but you'll drink the whole frickin' bottle.
Have you heard of maple whiskey?
Uh,
Tastes like maple syrup.
not really. In England,
You could
we
you
had
could you could pour it
a
on your pancakes and you know.
there was a girl, a girlfriend of
Hey, Dan
Tina's.
Ganji says hi.
Hey,
Well, there he is. So yeah, let's stop talking about Darren now that he's watching us. Where'd you go? What happened to you? I think we lost Cammy. Cammy? Cammy? Looks like we just lost him. Oh, where'd you go? There you are. What happened to you?
my wireless adapter just went out on me for some reason. It just suddenly
I
stopped.
thought you were hardwired.
Not today. Usually I hardwire into the. You got to understand the house. Oh, you know what I was thinking about getting, Mike, was have you heard of Ethernet over coax?
No. Are you talking about the ones that plug into your wall?
Yeah, there's an Action Tech device that you can put. So I have coax throughout the house, but not Ethernet. And the only place I have Ethernet or 10 base or whatever 10 base T connection is upstairs in our loft. And yeah, I don't have Ethernet to my bedroom, so I do have 100-foot Ethernet cable that okay, imagine this, okay? So we have a loft on the upstairs that's opened over our kitchen and dining room and living room area. So I literally string 100-foot Ethernet cable from the router off the balcony across the house into the bedroom. And yeah, it's an eyesore to the people that I live with. And so I have a I don't know what you call these new adapters, but it's supposed to be a good strong Ethernet wireless. I'm sorry, Wi-Fi adapter, and it gives me the almost full 200 meg to the router with about a 6 or 7 second a millisecond latency. So it's not bad for a wireless connection, but for some reason the adapter goes out every now and then, it like loses its connection. So I apologize for that. I did warp into a different world for a minute, but I'm back.
The face you left was priceless. I should have taken a screenshot.
You should have screenshotted that.
I should have taken a screenshot. And the funny thing was, it was just as Darren came into the chat. It was literally the second Darren came to chat, Cammy's gone. So I don't know if it's a sign that I replaced you with Darren.
Oh, wait. Wait. Not right.
Come on,
Not
that was
right.
funny.
And it's probably only me, even though his hair is now silver,
So he's even laughing.
mine is gone.
Darren's even laughing about it. He thinks it's
I
funny.
know.
It's like, Darren, hey guys, Cammy, gone.
That was mean. What? What's wrong, Silver Fox?
So yeah, Darren, this is our show. This is pretty much what we do for about an hour and a half every
Darren
Sunday.
Darren disappeared for like 3 years and came back like this elder statesman with we are back, you know.
just as you think you're out of it, it brings back in.
Right back in, right back in.
So yeah, no, that's pretty much the news for sim racing for the week. There's not much else going
Was
on.
that news
I
even?
I I, I think the biggest news is Inside
Yep.
Sim Racing
All
is
right,
back.
Darren. There you go. You are the biggest news of the week, buddy.
That would be the biggest news of the week. That, and I heard iRacing servers were crap again.
Yeah, Darren, was there a 3-hour delay for the 24? I'm sure he'll let us know in a second. But
'Cause I know he was getting up early to register the team, and then
yeah, because
that was a shit show. Yeah, there you
that
go.
was yeah, because I was watching
5 hours,
broadband.
a 5 hour delay.
Wow. And how long was your first stint, Darren? Because I think he was starting.
I think he was the second driver or was the starting driver? I think he was the second driver.
If he was second driver, then he was able to.
I ran 7 total hours. Okay.
Okay. He started the
He did
stint.
start. Okay.
Yeah, that would have been kind of, because that's, I mean, when you do an event like that, that's 2 days basically
Of your
that
life
you
gone.
cannot, that you cannot be away. You know what I mean? Like you have to
Because
be,
if you're not driving, you're either spotting for another driver.
or you're trying to rest. Each stint was 55 minutes, and he ran 2 stints.
That's not bad. An hour stint.
I can't remember the last time I did a full race over an hour.
It's because you crash out all the time.
No, you're so full of shit.
So you start, and then I ran the last 3 stints. Yeah, that's long, but 5 hour delay.
You have more crashes than that stupid rig of yours.
Whatever. At least it seems realistic.
If it works.
Darren, we were talking. I think I need to buy an Alpha, a SimMagic Alpha. So we'll chat after, because I'm on I'm on a original do-it-yourself OSW.
Yeah, that would be.
And then someone else in my group will get in our group will get my hand-me-downs again.
Yeah, so it's great whenever Mike decides to molt his old gear, and because we have a bunch of guys in our league that
Are budget conscious, let's say.
Yeah, that are budget conscious, and they refuse to spend any money unless they're getting somewhere as to about a 50% discount on whatever they're buying. So Mike has, but that's been a great thing for us, right? Because
Well, yeah,
I got rid of. I got rid of a rig. I got rid of my CSL Elite. I got rid of my V3 inverts, and it was all done within within about 3 or 4 days of me needing to get rid of it. So
you were getting rid of stuff at the right time. Like you were right in the beginning of the COVID lockdown where people wanted to buy the stuff and couldn't get their hands on it.
Exactly. Yeah,
You know,
it was.
so it
I
worked
was
out
lucky that
perfect
way.
for you.
Plus, I had a couple of newbie sim racing friends, personal friends, that I have a good friend of mine, Kenji, who I used to work with, and he was like, it's funny because his hobbies always followed my hobbies. So like I got into RC cars, RC airplanes, helicopters, mainly helicopters. Did that for years, and then the company that we worked for, I ended up getting let go and going elsewhere. And he and I kept in touch through Facebook. Next thing I know, I see him posting pictures of flying RC helicopters. I'm like, dude, I've been doing RC flying for years, man. You can contact me and talk to me about anything, and I'll help you out. Let me guide you so you don't make stupid purchases, you know. And you know, we had our conversations about that, and then all of a sudden, when COVID hit and NASCAR uh, aired their first virtual NASCAR race, like a week after that, Kenji started posting pictures of a G29 or something that he bought. And he's like, I'm so into this. I can't believe that I can actually go and race on a NASCAR track and this and that. I'm like, dude, I've been sim racing since 1996, man. Don't buy the G29. And luckily for me, the dude has wanted to upgrade ever since. So he's been upgrading everything that I've purchased, everything that was old went to Kenji pretty much. And yeah, so
My last video card went to Rob.
Rob, your last motherboard.
Processor, motherboard, AOI cooler, Rob. Who's getting the direct drive? Yeah.
Friends is
So
gonna want a direct drive wheel.
Darren's gonna hook
That's
us
a
up.
lot. That's a lot to ask. That's a lot to ask, man. Because you know, Rob's gonna have to build. I get. You know, he's a welder though.
He's probably
He
got a
could
rig.
probably weld. He could probably weld his own rig together.
Do I need a rim too? A rim is always nice, but I've got. Yeah, do I need a rim?
Can you do? I guess you could probably do USB.
Yeah, USB. My one on my direct drive should be fine.
Yeah, because their damn wheel, that Sim Magic wheel, that bitchin' GT4
I
wheel
love
or
the
whatever they call
GT4
it.
because I got a round wheel. Like I got a
That's what
GT
Darren's
wheel.
using now. I think Darren, you use that wheel right now too, right?
Let me just go
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Magic wheels. What do they got here?
It's a bitchin' wheel. The only thing I don't like about it is that they screen printed the button labels onto the rim, and then they have the only other goofy kind of thing I don't like about it is that they have on the rim. You know how you have 900, 540, 3, whatever the radius of your wheel turning,
Yeah.
you can change that on the fly on their wheel. So you can hit like a key, I think a button combination, and it'll change from like 540 to 900 degrees rotation. But they print it on the rim itself, and I'm not a big fan of that. Like I like to have my own label
Oh, I
or my
see what
own
you mean. Yeah,
ability.
yeah.
You see
540,
what I'm
10,
saying?
8. Yeah, I'm looking
But
at it right now.
what's cool is the buttons light up. That's pretty bitchin'. And you can change the colors of them.
Sim Magic Dynamic. Only on the GT1. Yeah, I'm looking at the GT1 right now.
Oh, okay. So it's
I'm
not
looking
on
yeah,
the formula wheel.
yeah, I'm looking on the GT1 right now. So Sim Magic wheels. So you got the GT4. So why is the USB wheel more expensive than the wireless wheel?
I thought the wireless had a USB port. I thought it had the ability to do both.
Oh, carbon fiber. That's why. That's why it's carbon fiber. Yeah, now I can see it. I see, and I like that GT. Is that?
I guess
I keep.
my curious question, and this is just me being a a purchaser of products, is being Sim Magic is pretty new on the in the sim. I know they've been around for a couple, like maybe a year or two or something, actively selling a year. But like, how is their you know uh, warranty? How is their what I mean? So Darren, this is what we're gonna do. We got to get Darren on the podcast just so that we can go through all these questions with him, and then he can talk about what he can provide.
Yeah,
I think that's the best way
having
to
him
do
on
it.
here to answer instead of sitting. I handle you support for myself, so he handles all the support. All right, good, because I'm gonna bombard you with questions at 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm drinking.
So what's funny, Darren, is that when Sim Magic first popped up on the scene, I sent them an email right away saying, "Hey, I'm interested in working with you guys and helping you guys," and they never responded to me. I think they probably were already talking to you.
So Yeah, I want the Alpha. I think I'm gonna go with the Alpha, but I think I only just need the base. As long as my my regular wheel will bolt onto it for now.
It should. It uses the same disconnect or quick connect.
My partner in Germany hooked that up. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the SimMagic next instead of going to a SimuCube 2. So a ball lock. Do you sell the QR though? The wheel size
Any
QR.
standard QR will work with it. Any
Standard
70 millimeter,
accessories.
I
Ah,
think.
there they are. Yeah, I found them. Yeah, there they are. So there's a QR. $100.
Hey, dude, just go on and get an you can get an NRG quick release or something from Amazon for like $50 or $40 or
Well, I'd
30
rather
bucks or
support
something like
Darren.
that.
And I think that's what I've always done. I've always supported the suppliers. Like how I've always supported Richard.
Yeah.
I will always push Richard's products, SimLab for the rigs, everything like that, just because the customer service, and I've never had an issue. He's gonna hook us up. All right. So who in the league wants my old direct drive?
We know who.
Oh, we already know where it's going to. All right, we'll have to talk to Darren afterwards. Huskenveld, I've got the ultimates already. Ooh, but they have the shifter. I don't have a shifter.
I don't have a shifter. I don't
What you
need a
got?
shifter.
PT
I've never used it.
actuator.
Actually, the only kind of shifter I'd get is a sequential shifter.
Yeah, we'll have to, Darren. We'll talk afterwards. We'll get you on the show for hopefully next week or so, and then we can go through everything. Because just going
Yeah.
through your
And
website,
Darren, you can see our format is very loose. We just come on here and just talk. That's it.
it's
We just hang out and
nothing.
talk.
Hang out and talk. It's just guys being guys. I dies next week. Well, why are you dying next week? You can't die on us.
The Messiah.
It's like he only comes back for 3 days and then he's gone again. Yes, next week. What the hell's a week?
What's a quick? He's so tired right now,
I know.
guys.
He's been racing.
He's
There
been
we go.
racing.
We got it. We got it in the end.
He's tired. He's a tired man right now.
Leave code before you go, dude. Oh yeah, fat fingers.
Oh yeah, we need to.
Sibo wants maybe that's what we talk about.
Yeah,
Maybe he'll give us an affiliate link.
Darren. Yeah, that's what he needs to do. He needs to give us an affiliate link so that we can
Because
help him out.
we both run Sim Racers TM, which what almost 30,000 members.
Yeah, we're right there.
So
30,000.
and like the last week, it's just exploded. I think a lot of guys are getting fed up with a lot of other groups. And I try to weed out a lot of the crap. Like I hate when there's like 100 videos and then when you scroll through the page and that's all you see is guys streaming. I hate that. So I'm trying to weed that out, and I'm putting a lot of those on post approval.
Yeah, post approval. I've noticed that. So that's a good idea.
So there's 30,000 members there. So I think what a good 10, 12,000 just from North America alone. Yeah. So I think we need an affiliate link.
That's a great source for us because it's a lot of users.
And then we run what XL Europe, it's got 2,000 members. Our North American League, what 200
150,
users?
200, yeah.
Yeah, it's small, but
yep.
It's just me and you running it. No one else wants to step up and help.
Nobody ever helps.
No. So
it's one of those build it and they will come kind of things.
They all came, race for free, and they'll look into affiliate.
Hey, Yay. You know what? Whatever we have to do to, whatever we have to do, Mike, to just be there for the people,
Well, we are there for the people. We are their truth. We're not easily bought.
Yeah, and Darren, don't be put off by that San Francisco logo over there, buddy. Okay, my wife is a Bay Area fan.
He's
and,
lying. He's lying. She got him San Francisco underwear, and he wears it with pride.
You're an asshole. Okay. Darren knows. So Darren and I, we've had some good conversations, but it turns out we grew up in the same area. We went to the same church. Yeah, in fact, and we're both like diehard Dodger fans. So you can suck it, and my wife can suck it. That's why I always put my. That's why I always put my rim like that. Oh, and she's a Freddie Mercury fan. She loves Queen, but boink. There we go. There we go.
You need a shed, mate. You need a shed to put your stuff in so you can have your own.
I do. I need a man shed right next to my lawnmower and my weed whacker and my ladder. That's gonna be my backdrop. It's gonna be hedge clippers. It's gonna be a ladder. It's gonna be one of those fly paper things that catches the flies. That's gonna be hanging from the ceiling. Oh my god, that's funny. All right, Mike. I'm about talked out, brother.
So am I, brother. We've been going out almost 2 hours.
Well, it only says an hour and 28 minutes, but yeah, I guess if we include the half hour of you and me, bickering at each other prior to our broadcast,
We weren't
then
bickering.
yeah, it's been about 2 hours.
What do you mean bicker?
Oh yeah, bickering. I consider every conversation I have with you a bickering.
Darren, we'll chat after the stream. We'll talk about how we can replace Cammy here. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We had. All
right, guys. Thanks again for joining.
Bunch of chatters in the thing. Make sure you hit the follow button. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Hopefully,
we'll see you next week, and we'll see who's fatter, Mike or I. We'll see you next week.